Welcome back, folks and friends. Connecting Dots here. We are Thursday, March 31st, and I'd like to say a great big hello to everyone here who's been watching me at Connectingdots2 and Connectingdots3. Sorry if I haven't been making the Fukushima videos, but what can I say? There's the interest had died over because of the fact that I'd busted the scammers, but I've noticed there's a whole lot of new subscribers here, and I think it's because you guys are catching on to some of the videos that I've made a while back debunking all these fraudsters. Now, I'm just letting you know that I'm about to have some more Google Hangouts over at the Silver Gold Man. This is my other YouTube channel. You can see it down below here. What I've been doing is making videos over at that channel on the economy and stuff, and also busting some of the scammers. And the reason why is because I have a Google Plus account there. I can have a live Hangout. I can upload up to 4 hours length of video. Whereas here at the Connecting Dots 2 and Connecting Dots 3, I'm only they only allow me 15 minutes of uploads. So what I'm going to do is have a live hangout here very shortly. I'm going down to the ocean. As I said, I live right here on the west coast. I'm roughly 8 minutes away from the beach. I'm going down to the Strait of Juan de Fuca. And if you haven't heard that, well, you'll have to look it up. I live right here on the Strait of Juan de Fuca. And the reason why is because you can see this person here down on the bottom right, where it says Jeff Rents, right? Well, Jeff Rents is, if you haven't heard of him, he's one of the scammers on YouTube that promotes bullshit, lies, and fraud. And oddly enough, he's one of the people, as well as Dana Durnford and many others, who's been telling folks that the Pacific, the West Coast, specifically where I live, has been heavily radiated due to the Fukushima radiation crossing the Pacific Ocean and washing in and out of the ebb and flow tide in the Strait of Juan de Fuca. So I'm going right down with my camera because I said I've lived right here on Vancouver Island. The strait is just 8 minutes down the road here. I'll take some footage and you folks can see for yourself. Is it true that all the birds are dead? Is it true that all the crabs are dead? Is it true that there's no fish? Is it true that all... You'll find out for yourself. I'll take some footage. It doesn't take too long. I've done this before. I can go anywhere on the ocean and I can find lots of life. Does that mean that every rock is plastered with life? Absolutely not. It's never been like that. So the reason I'm making this, or why it's drawn my attention, is because of this recent story here. Now, you probably haven't heard of this one here, but this lady went around, she's from Canada, went around telling folks that she was terminally ill from cancer. Now, her case is a little different than others. She's just been sentenced to 60 days in jail here for defrauding, as you can see, $15,000 from victims. Now, I'm making this video because you may recall that another victim who coincidentally used to reside in Calgary, he's passed away now. He took his life on December 24th, 2014, and that's the late Jeff Palko. Jeff Palko from Calgary also was defrauded over $15,000. That's one person alone. In this story here, it's from victims. So this lady will go to jail for stealing and lying to people for $15,000, and we have people on YouTube who've actually defrauded more than $15,000. Are they in jail? Do you know who they are? Hang tight, because we're going to bust into these sons of bitches, and I'll be making a live video, Fukushima video at Silver Gold Man, and you'll have an opportunity here to see for yourself what the condition is of the West Coast. I live right there. I'll go down with my camera, full view. I don't hide anything. I've got two high-end Geiger counters. One of them is worth over $3,000. It's one that they use at a nuclear plant. I actually have a U.S. military probe on it. That's worth about $300 alone, just the probe. I've got top-notch equipment. I'll go down there with my video camera, my Geiger counters, and oddly enough, this is part of the story here, the defrauding that I'm going to be speaking about. Jeff Palko, the late Jeff Palko, donated over $15,000 to one person alone on YouTube. And actually, he didn't even donate the money. It was only supposed to be a temporary loan. He went and took a loan out on his home for $16,500, bought this fraudster on YouTube by the name of Dana Durnford a boat so he can go out on the Pacific Ocean and take samples of the marine life and have it tested to prove that Fukushima radiation had actually devastated the entire West Coast. Nothing left. I'm not sure if you caught the videos, but this came out in August 2014 where you're saying the Pacific Ocean is dead. There was no birds. There was no insects. He said, in fact, after driving the entire 200 coastline, he went for 9 days on the Sunshine Coast, and he said after 9 days, 200 kilometers, all the bugs that he saw could fit in one glass. I'll go down to the beach here, and you folks would be just blown away with the amount of insects, bugs, marine life. It's sad. So in the end, what ended up happening is Jeff found out that he'd been scammed out of the money, and he wasn't getting the money back. He wasn't getting the boat back. Dana was supposed to sell this boat after doing the 9-month tour on the West Coast. And during that 9-month tour, he was supposed to do sampling, marine sampling. This is one of the things Jeff Palco was very adamant about. He says, I want you to do some sampling. I'm out here in Calgary. I can't be anywhere near the Pacific Ocean. Here's the money. Go out with your boat, do your testing, and I want to see the samples. We soon found out, everyone found out, including Jeff, it was an absolute fraud. And if you remember that whole story, he ended up breaking down. The guy had a meltdown. He'd realized he'd just been defrauded out of $16,000. Oh, and the story doesn't end there. I'll get into that in a second. But let's just remember that this woman defrauded $15,000, and oddly enough, it was over cancer. Now, we got to be a little forgiving to her, and I'm not going to read the entire story here, but essentially what ended up happening is she has a heroin addiction. Okay? Very, very different scenario with the two people that I'm about to speak about here in the next couple of minutes. Very different situation, okay? She had a heroin addiction. I've said that to people before. You have to give these people, you have to cut them a little bit of slack. It's like the person that's drank too much, they're drunk, they are not the same person as you knew 12 hours before when they were sober. It changes your personality. It changes who you are. The same thing with heroin, the same thing with every other drug here. The difference is, the people on YouTube that I'm about to speak of, they don't have cancer, and they're certainly not on drugs, or at least not on heroin. So when I read the story, I must admit, when it's all about her faking cancer, the first person I thought of, it was a double whammy. It was in Calgary, related to Jeff Palco, and more importantly, the fact that they're faking cancer. I thought of Kevin Blanch. Now, if you don't know this Freemason here with his triangle on his shirt, he's an absolute fraudster, and he also ripped off Jeff Palco for $18,500. You can see that video at the Silver Gold Man YouTube channel. You can actually type in Jeff Palco in the search bar up here, and you'll find the Jeff Palco videos. His brother, his family had been in contact with me. His real biological mother had contacted me, telling me that she's been trying to get a hold of Kevin Blanch. They won't return the calls. They won't contact her. She's trying to get her son's money back. She has a grandson. And eventually, essentially what ended up happening is, if you go watch the video, you'll find out that Jeff lent out as a temporary loan. Didn't give him the money, $18,500, because Kevin Blanch had been telling everyone that he was a ex-hedge fund manager. He knows nothing about the economy, knows nothing about Fukushima, but oddly enough, he also faked that he had cancer. So we have another fraudster here with the cancer. Now, next scammer up, and these guys are all interconnected, is Dana Durnford. Same thing here. Dana's a guy who got the boat, telling everyone that Fukushima had killed off everything. And you may notice here, 5 months ago now, he's changed the story. He says now the Pacific is in terminal decline. The Fukushima legacy is terrifying. Come join me in my live hangout. I'll take some real footage for you. I actually have the 2 Geiger counters. You'll get to see for yourself what's taking place. I'm not going to lie to you. They absolutely lie. And oddly enough, one of the things that Dana used to always say is that, I want to debate. I want to debate. Now, you don't ever hear him say those words, because people have nailed him so hard. You want to debate? Well, Silver Gold Man, Connectingdots2 will gladly debate you. In fact, I even launched a $3,000 offer here that I could debate him on his nuclear reactors. He doesn't seem to know where the spent fuel pools are in these Mark 1 General Electric reactors. Anyways, that's all gone now. He doesn't want to debate, but I'm all by myself over at the Silver Gold Man debunking the fraudsters. So I hope you come and catch me here, folks, because I'm not over at Connectingdots2 or Connectingdots3, because I don't have the Google Plus account and I can't upload these 4-hour long videos. Not that it's going to be a 4-hour long video, but I'm just saying I can't upload more than 15 minutes at these Connectingdots2, Connectingdots3 channel. So come over and meet me at the Silver Gold Man, and I'll have a live Fukushima video. You don't have to watch my economic stuff. Just subscribe, wait till you see the right video on Fukushima, then come on out, join me. I'll share with you some live footage. I'm going to go down here over the next few days, and I'll upload, or I'll save a lot of footage, and I'll present it during the live hangout. So hope to see you here soon. Take care.